Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about toxic boy mums because I don't know about you, but they've been all over my TikTok and it's something that I feel like I need to talk about. And it's also something that I think is very prominent in the Indian community. So let's get into that. Now, if your TikTok is anything like mine at the moment, I have been absolutely bombarded with toxic boy mums. And you might be thinking, what is a toxic boy mum? For those of you who are not sure, and if you're not sure whether you yourself qualify as a toxic boy mum, basically it's mums who are weirdly obsessed with their son. That's not to say that mums can't love their sons. Of course you love your son. Of course, like he's your son. Of course you have a level of love for him. But I would like to state one thing very quickly. A mother-son love is different. A parental love towards your child is different to that of a romantic love that you would share with your partner, you know, your husband or your wife or whatever it is. It's different. Toxic boy mums love, I feel like somewhat the lines get blurred between the parental love and the romantic love. And that's why it's so weird and flat out creepy. One thing I've noticed with most of these boy mums is that they hold their son to a particularly high regard and they think that their son is better than everything else. Literally everything else. Sometimes even the other kids in their family. Like if these toxic boy mums have daughters in the family, then they tend to not pay their daughters any kind of care. They don't pay them much attention. They're only focused on their son. And it's a very strong case of favoritism. And obviously, as children are not stupid, they can tell the difference between the favorite child and then the not so favorite child.
I never thought that I would be that toxic boy mom. I love my 4 kids equally, but that last little boy just hits different. And now I feel like I'm having this existential crisis. Or I wouldn't be that mom, that toxic boy mom. He hits his sisters, he punches them. I'm like, maybe he's having a hard day. So when I think about my daughters getting married, I get excited, right? Think about their dresses, planning their weddings. When I think about my son's wedding, I want to cry. Boy mums, we've got to step up. We got to realize that we are the problem.
I'm sorry if your kids are being beaten up by their younger brother. You can't just dismiss it, but you need to take some sort of disciplinary action towards that. Like that is just not excusable. And the thought of your son getting married to someone else, if that makes you physically angry and that makes your blood boil and you start getting jealous at the thought of your son falling in love with another woman.
It's the big day. My son is getting married. Are you upset? Not at all. These are happy tears. You're wearing a veil? Yes, I am. This is for when we do the mother-son dance. I insisted on doing it before the ceremony. I was his first love, after all. So, Skippy will lift my veil like this. And we'll dance to Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden. And that will be the start of the wedding. And you're the maid of honor? I am also the maid of honor. Uh-huh. His girlfriend and I are very close. You mean fiancé? That's right, fiancé. But not wife yet. He's not hers yet. Nor will he ever be. What did you say? What's that?
First of all, it's not another woman. You as his mum are not the first woman, and his girlfriend or wife that he ends up having later on in life, that is not another woman. You need to stop being jealous of that. And you need to stop treating your daughter-in-laws like shit. Because let's be real, there have been countless stories of mother-in-laws just treating their daughter-in-laws like shit because the mother-in-laws are upset that they no longer have their son with them. Their little baby boy is no longer their baby boy. Like, if that's not the cringiest, most disgusting thing you've ever heard,
I get that it's a joke, but as someone who creates content, I usually base jokes off real things I think and just kind of exaggerate real things that I think for entertainment purposes. This would never cross my mind to make. I have a son. I mean, he's 12. Good luck, girl. I mean, maybe she's just being silly and funny.
and here's the thing, as a society, I feel like a lot of people just let it go. They're just like, oh, this is motherly love towards their son, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. It's weird, and it needs to change.
Aw, young love. I remember that feeling. My first boyfriend.
That's his mom.
What?
That's not his girlfriend, that's his mom.
What? What?
Right. Now, I'm not saying all boy mums are toxic. Of course not. I mean, my mum is a boy mum as well. She has a son. But the term boy mum insinuates some level of toxicity because my mum doesn't refer to herself as a boy mum. She never says that, oh, I'm a boy mum or I'm a girl mum. She's like, oh yeah, I'm a mum. I have 2 kids. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't be referring to you being a boy mum should not be your whole identity.
My boy moms feel me on this, but my son has my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. But my whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom. And I remember when I found out I was pregnant with him, and I was just ecstatic because I was such a tomboy growing up. Anyways, the whole point of me making this video is I had to share his preschool photo with you because when I tell you I opened up this email and I just hysterically cried. He is just everything. First of all, let me show you his photo from last year because the difference 1 year makes, my heart is crushed. Okay, this is last year. He is just, I just want to squeeze him. He's so cute. Also, fun fact, I forgot it was picture day and I sent him to school in like a beach tank top. So his guns were showing, no big deal. But let me show you this year. I have no words. The sweater, the ears, the sideways smile, his hair. I am so obsessed with this child. The arms. Oh my God, he kills me. The old man grandpa knit sweater with the little dress pants. He is too much. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I just had to share that because I have been staring at that photo all day long. Squeeze your babies. Time truly flies by. I don't know how he's going to be 6 this year and going into kindergarten. I can't talk about it or else I'll cry.
Do you know what I mean? And you definitely should not be putting your daughters down and paying more attention to your boys. That's not how that works. And yes, I understand that girl dads are a thing too and they are toxic in their own right. I get that. I fully get that. Except we're not discussing that in this video. Now, there is this trend going around on TikTok where it's basically like, I don't want to sing the song because I'm not a singer, nor am I a country music singer, but essentially the song is, girl, I'm not trying to be mean, but before you, there was me. Those are the lyrics, and the trend is basically like, you know, about anything. Like, these girls are posting about, like, if their future daughters do something, it's like, well, I'm not trying to be mean, but I've kind of lived this life before. I know where you're going with this. It's a funny trend. Like, it's harmless for the most part until the boy mums took over. The boy mums took over, and then it turned into this weirdly incestual thing of being like their son's first kiss. It was like, girl, I'm not trying to be mean, but before you, there was me, insinuating that I was my son's first love and you are second. You will always be the second woman in the equation. For my son, it goes me, like his mother, And then you, his wife. That's pretty fucked up, is that not? Like, I'm sorry. I can't seem to process that. And also, mummy's boys are single-handedly one of the worst type of boys in the world. If I see that someone is a mummy's boy or a mama's boy, as a grown man, you should not be relying so much on your mum if you're a grown man. Nor should you be attached to her like the way these mama's boys are. But you know, these toxic boy mums, they love that. They're like, oh, my son is my baby. No, he's not. He's a 30-year-old grown man who's going to get married. Like, stop. And here's the thing, right? With this whole toxic mother-in-law, daughter-in-law situation, every one of these boy mums was once a daughter-in-law who was subjected to shit from their mother-in-law. Do you know what I mean? Like, all of these women who have these sons, they once were a daughter-in-law, and their mother-in-law would have been a toxic boy mum who's being shitty to them. And rather than breaking the cycle, rather than being like, hey, I understand that what happened to me was not very good, I didn't enjoy it, they keep perpetrating it to the point where now their daughter-in-law has to deal with the same shit. And the cycle keeps repeating. And that is infuriating. I can only use my mum as a reference because she's literally always around. One of her biggest things was that she doesn't want her son, my brother, to be this incompetent guy who just grows up under his mother's wing and doesn't know how to do anything, right? Because that is, I think, one of the most unattractive things. I mean, I'm not into men to begin with, but if I was and they were like that, I would hate that. And here's the thing, most Indian men are completely useless. They just spend their time studying. They go into whatever hi-fi job, like whatever hi-fi job they have, right? That's cool. You earn your money, whatever. But then you don't know how to do anything else. You don't know how to cook. You don't help out. You don't like help out in the garden. You don't look after the car. You don't do anything. Essentially, you're just there to go home, go work, come back, and then chill on the couch playing games on your phone and then go to sleep. So it's like, how is your son helping out his wife in any way? Do you know what I mean? Because then it's also expected for the wife to go outside. Like if she wants to work, right? If the wife wants to work, she has to go out, work, come back, work again, like, you know, help kids with their homework, cook dinner, clean up, do literally everything. And then she gets to go to sleep and then wake up again at 4 a.m. and repeat the whole day all over again. And it's like, the fact that men don't know how to do anything and they just expect women to be able to do everything like this is insane. But their mothers don't help either because they expect the women to do everything as well. They're like, well, my son is so perfect, there's nothing wrong with him. So if the wife brings it up that like, hey, your son doesn't know how to do shit, he's honestly getting on my nerves and I get tired at the end of the day. What do the mother-in-laws do? They don't say anything because, oh my God, she's talking shit about my precious little baby boy. He's so perfect. I raised him to be No, you didn't. You didn't raise him to be perfect. If he was perfect, your daughter-in-law would not be complaining about these things. Now, would she? Whereas in the same vein, if a woman, especially in India, right? Like, what are the bases on which women get married in India? Oh, she can cook, she can clean, she's really like, she's very good, she's very nice, she knows how to do everything around the house. That is usually a selling point for women in India when they're getting married, right? Whereas for men, it's like, well, he's a topper of this university. He is doing a Bachelor of Medicine. He's trying to be a doctor, or he's an engineer or something. He's an accountant. And then after that, it's like, okay, but is he any useful in the house? Like, can he help out? no, my son is just perfect. He's so smart. He doesn't need to do anything around the house. Whereas the woman, it's like, well, can she cook? Can she clean? Can she do this? Can she do that? Whereas if the guy doesn't know these things, that's fine. This is also why a lot of Indian men, a lot of people from India come to study here at the universities, right? It's a very common thing. And in that, you will notice that the men tend to order out most of the time because they don't know how to cook or clean. And they struggle with things like doing their own laundry because they don't know how to do it. They don't know that the whites need to be separated from the colors, and that sounds terrible, but you know, laundry. They don't know these things because no one's ever taught that to them. So they have to, they struggle double hard. Whereas if their mum just asked them to help around the house as they were growing up, they wouldn't have these struggles. They would be raising more competent men. How can you just be content with your son going out into the world and not knowing how to do absolutely anything? And honestly, toxic boy mums also just need to understand that just because you love your son, it does not mean he's the most perfect person in the whole entire world. And here's the thing, I feel like women are getting way too comfortable online, and they're sharing these things online without realizing that, hey, it's actually really freaking weird. This is not a feeling you should be having, let alone a feeling you should be sharing so openly on TikTok. Or it's mostly on TikTok, but you know, TikTok is the internet. Things that you post on the internet stay there forever. And it's not a good look. Personally, it's not a good look. But yes, is it weird? Yes. Will it ever stop being weird? No. It is going to forever be weird. And I think boy mums need to do some introspective work, take a deep breath in and out, and realize that their son is just as important as their other kids, and be happy with that, and not show favoritism, and not be obsessed with their son, and to not be absolutely bitchy towards their daughter-in-law or their son's girlfriend or anything like that. Is unnecessary, and that does not need to be happening. And especially when these mothers have gone through it themselves, right? But overall, I think it's about how women raise their sons. Women need to, as adults, we need to figure out that, hey, are these thoughts I'm having about my son, are they nice? Are they normal? Should I be having these thoughts? And if the answer is no, then you should work on yourself and maybe stop having these thoughts.
I tried to be supportive for Lily, I really did, but I wanted to kill myself.
But yeah, that's it for this week's video. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever interacted with a boy mum that was toxic? Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with this, that toxic boy mums are weird and creepy, and that their love for their son kind of transcends the parental love and starts veering into the incestual love? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I love reading your thoughts. And yeah, I think that's it for this week's video. So I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye.